Hello YouTube, Kev the Reseller here. If it is your first time on this channel, then my name is Kev. I am a reseller, so I buy things at car boot sales, charity shops, auctions, anywhere else that I think I can make a profit on items because I sell them online again. That is what I do, that is my business. If you're not new here, thanks very much for coming back and watching some more reselling content. So today I've got quite a lot on the agenda. I am going to go and drop off some items at CEX. Games, computer games mostly, that have just been clogging up some space in the garage. Got the new boot sale season coming, need to make some space going forward, and these are games that I haven't really done a great deal with. They're not worth a huge amount of value, but combined at CEX to get some voucher, potentially buy it for something that I can flip again, that is a good plan, and that is what I'm going to be doing. I've got one particular item that I've sold that I want to show you about because I think there's some quite key points about it that I just want to share. And then when I hit the town with the CEX games, I will be popping in to some charity shops, and fingers crossed we will find some good stuff. Let's crack on. So if you don't know CEX, then here's a shop in quite a lot of towns around the country that buy and sell electricals, not just computer related stuff, but games is what they're quite well known for. So I've got all these games in here, going down in there, and a lot of games up here as well. Now these games are still listed. This is a lot of sealed stuff that I've got remaining from a big pickup I did, as well as some PSP games and just a few others that are still worth holding on to or are more valuable than about £10 that I would rather sell on eBay. These ones are ones that I've scanned into CEX and decided that they're going to give me more than £1 for. So there's a lot of different titles in there. Wii, PS2, there's a few 360s, there's a Dreamcast one there. There's a good amount in there, so I can't recall the exact amount, we will see later. And then these are ones that CEX were willing to give me less than £1 for, which means they're not really worth a great deal. So these were going to go to the boot sale with me on Sunday, because I am doing a boot sale in 2 days time, and fingers crossed someone will be happy to give me £1 each for these. If not, we'll do a few bundles, you know, we'll do maybe 6 or 7 for £5 or something, or 5 for £3, see what people want to do. But fingers crossed I'll be able to get about £1 each for them. So they're coming with me to town shortly. But like I just said, in regards, well, you just saw her, the item I want to show and just talk a little bit about is this. And it is a Capodimonte figure that I picked up a long time ago now, about a year ago. But yeah, let me show you. It is the kind of item that you see in a lot of charity shops. You know, it's a figure. Could it be worth lots? Could it be worth nothing? Who knows? But something about this one stood out to me. I can't recall, Sandro Maggione, I think that's said, and this little mark on the bottom is the Capodimonte mark. Now it's not original Capodimonte, that would make it very valuable, but some of the rarer, more modern pieces are still quite valuable. And when I looked this one up at the time, it suggested that I could be maybe seeing £100 plus. So it was £5 in the shop. I decided to give it a whirl. Now, as I say, that's been listed for a long time. You're looking at about 12 months. And when you've got things listed for a long time, you know, after the months go past, you've got to make a decision on, have I priced it wrong? Have I priced it right? Do I need to reduce the price a bit? Do I need to promote it maybe? Do I need to just send it to auction? Is it just not going to sell at all and I just redonate? You know, you've got all those decisions to make, and it's quite a complex area, and everyone's decision making is going to be different. Every reseller will have their own way they decide on how to price items, how long they're going to keep them in their stock. But with this one, I felt like my price was right. I felt like there potentially is going to be someone that finds this item. It was the only one, I think, at the time listed on eBay. So if someone wanted that particular piece in their collection, I was the only one on eBay that had it. I had it listed for $129.99. I'm pretty sure over these past 12 months I've sent offers out on this item no biters, probably 10-15% off, maybe 20. That's my max I generally go to, unless something's very old. But again, it's those complex parameters that we all have in our personal way of doing things. But what do you know? Last night, sale comes through, £129.99 plus another £65, I think, roughly, to send it to Israel. So the point I'm making is, sometimes you just got to trust your gut. If you think that the price that you have gone for is the right price, then believe in it, you know, trust in your process, trust your research, trust that the price you have listed at is what that item is worth, and there's going to be someone out there that is going to be willing to pay it. Because yes, it took 12 months, not really what we'd want to happen, but £5 into £130 is well worth it. So a fantastic flip there. Just thought I'd give you my little insight into that. It'd be interesting to know, would you have waited? Would you have reduced the price? Would you have sent it to auction? You know, what would you have done? Because we all have our own ways of doing things when it comes to reselling, which is what makes it so great, from my opinion. Moving on. So it brings me on to this, because this falls into the same kind of category. Lost Souls by Poppy Z, probably Z Bright. Now it looks quite interesting. I bought a big bundle of books, if you can see in there, the weekend just gone. They are all Dean Koontz. If you don't know Dean Koontz, he's like a thriller, horror kind of writer. So that's a big bundle there, 37 books. I paid £3 for that whole box of books. Got those listed for 60, I think, the bundle, which should be quite a good price. But this I just chucked in because I flicked it open. It looks a bit different, doesn't it, with this kind of plasticky outing. And I flipped it open and I saw that it was a numbered edition, 10th anniversary, limited to 750 copies, but it didn't actually have a number. It had PC, obviously the signature of Poppy Z Bright, which looked to me like that also was similar. So I'm assuming they had also done this illustration. Now, I'm not familiar with this author, not familiar with the book, but it seems to have quite a cult following, and I've done a bit of research, and yeah, found some interesting stuff out. So I asked the question on like a Poppy Z Bright fan page on Facebook to see if anyone could shed some light onto it, and they've said that basically, yes, obviously it's 750 copies limited, it was a 10th anniversary in 2002, but it's also like a personal collection book. So they're saying that that would have been maybe for a family member, or maybe even personally for the author themselves. But yeah, it's quite a rare book. Now, the question you then ask, what is that worth? Like, there are signed editions of this particular book, but not that limited 750 copy for about £50-60. And there's websites on the internet like A Books is one, and Biblio, something along those lines. And again, there's books listed on there that are signed, but not this particular edition. So it's a real tough one. Like, where do you go? I think I'm probably just going to have to list it at a really high price, maybe accept offers and see where we are. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one. It's probably, again, not something that's going to sell overnight. There might be a bit of a wait involved. I'm still waiting to see, obviously, if there's a biter on the Facebook group, if someone is interested on there. But yeah, really exciting items, and these are the kind of things I just love finding, and you know, the interesting stuff, and doing a bit of research, finding out about them. So fingers crossed for a decent price on that, but obviously we'll keep you updated going forward. Right, all packaged up, time to head out the door, get into town, get to CEX, and get some more CEX vouchers, and hopefully some decent stuff at some charity shops. Right, in town, and there's a charity shop right here, so before I go anywhere, I'll go check that out. I think we might go for this. Here's a oak leaf genuine sheepskin made in England, very, very nice condition, and that is £3. Not a bad start, but I'm now off to CEX because this bag is actually pretty heavy. Let's go see what we can get. So there we go, I managed to get £48.70 for that bag of games. I did think it was going to be a little bit more, but they wouldn't accept these due to them being too scratched, which is fair enough. So, you know, there's probably what, at least a tenner there if they did accept them, probably a bit more. And they wouldn't accept this. Now, I had this listed for quite a while on eBay, quite a decent priced game, but it just didn't sell. And I thought, you know what, instead of just reducing the price, I'll take it to them. I think they were going to give at least 12 quid, but they wouldn't accept it because of this, because of that, a bit of pen mark on there. So it's really nice condition. That's not a scratch. Disc is very lovely, and it's got the manual. And mint, they give over 20 quid, but they wouldn't because of that pen mark. So not sure if it's worth trying somewhere else or not. But yeah, they wouldn't take that one, so that was a bit annoying. But I've got a little bit of time now, so let's go and hit a couple more, maybe a few more charity shops.
Have they got 99 individually?
Yes. And, oh dear,
Right, back to the car now. Slightly out of breath after just doing 6 flights of stairs. But yeah, I didn't talk in that last charity shop because I was standing right beside the till. A little bit awkward, but you probably saw the Thomas Burberry shirts, linen or linen blend. I think it's about 55% linen, $4.99. So that's a nice pickup. Right in front of a Ben Sherman shirt for $5.99, so it's pretty crazy some of the pricing that you can find in charity shops. And then I also picked up those baseball cups, so probably not a huge market for them in the UK, but I did see some similar in the US, and there's a bit of age to them. I think getting about 15-20 years on those. There was about 5 or 6 that were the same, and then a couple of different ones, so we'll have a look, see how they may do. But that's me done now. I didn't have long in the town, so did the CEX, quick flick into some charity shops, but go and get my daughter from school now, get back to the garage, and we'll have a bit of a closer look at the things I grabbed. And just like that, we are back in the garage. So quite a decent day. Did my CEX run, got £48.70 I think was it. These are the games that they didn't take, so unfortunately I was expecting obviously to get a bit on these. I think it'd have been about 10-12 quid-ish. And then this was the bigger disappointment because they didn't accept the pen game. Like I say, they have 2 versions for this, so they either have a boxed or mint. So, you know, the manual is really nice, the disc is really clean, so I wasn't sure if it was going to fall into the boxed or mint condition, which means you got a bit more money for it. But actually it fell into neither because they wouldn't give me it because it had that pen on there. So bit disappointing, but you know, we don't know. Maybe I can get it swapped in somewhere else and they might give me the money. I don't know, we'll try. But in regards to CEX, if it's not something that you are aware of or have ever done, I've known about it for quite some time, but never really paid it too much attention until I started watching Retro Rummage's channel. I'll pop it up here. Really great channel, and that is basically what he does. He buys media, mostly games, but other bits and pieces as well, from car boot sales, and then trades them into CEX. To his kind of thing is to try and triple your money, but sometimes you can do far better than that. So it's guaranteed money. You know you're going to get that money back because you just hand it over, they give you the money. In vouchers you get a bit more, and then he builds his gaming collection with it. But you know, you can sell the vouchers, or you can buy something from CEX and try and sell it on for a profit. So there's a few options, but yeah, slowly but surely building up my voucher collection, and it's just a nice easy way to get rid of some old games if they've been sitting around for a while. But yeah, so I did that and then hit a few charity shops. Let's show you the things I grabbed. So first up was this sheepskin coat by a brand called, I think it was Oakleaf. Oakleaf, not one that I'm aware of, but it's a big, thick, heavy, felt pretty quality coat, 100% sheepskin. Did a little search up on it in the shop, and yeah, some decent solds and some decent priced listings. That should see me about 30 quid back, and it was only £3. Then I picked up a couple of Xbox One, I think these are Xbox One, aren't they? I'm really not an Xbox kind of guy. Power A, which I think is like what do they call it? Make compatible. I don't think it's actual Xbox. I think Power A is like a compatible manufacturer of controllers. But yeah, two of them. They're both £3.99 each. Bit of a risk, obviously, because I don't know if they work. But I'll get a cable in them. It just takes a micro USB, I think. Charge them up, and I'm pretty sure that these will work on a PC. So I can check them on the PC just to make sure that everything is functioning. And if they do, then it should be about 20 quid each back on us. Not bad at all. I think you probably saw in that shop as well, I took a little bit of footage of some binoculars. They were quite nice optics on them, unbelievably, because it did actually, you know, they looked a bit sorry for themselves. They've taken a battering over the years, but I think they were £6.99, so there just wasn't really enough in it there. And some lenses, which again, quite a nice little seller, but they wanted a £5 for it, not really much in there, so I did pass on those in that shop. And then the last shop I went in, really didn't have a lot of time, so I had to pick my shops wisely. So I went in Oxfam, got this Thomas Burberry shirt, £4.99. It is linen-ish. It's like a linen blend. So you've got 55% linen, 45% cotton. And at £5, that should be a nice 25 quid back. And just quite laughably, as you find in a lot of these shops, I had a Ben Sherman shirt for £5.99, about 6 shirts further back on the rail. So you really don't know what you're going to find and what prices you're going to find in some charity shops. And in that shop as well was these. So I'm pretty sure these are the kind of things that you would, at the baseball match, you know, a refillable cup, or even if it's not refillable, is the kind of cup that you would get at the kiosk. And then you take, but this is the 2011 San Francisco Giants, and it's got like a timetable of matches all on it. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, date's pretty easy. It's by a company called Dynamic Drinkware, made in the USA. So there was that one. There is 6 of them. 6 of the same. And then there was these two, which is the opening day, April 2012. Quite a nice one. And All-Star Game 2007 San Francisco Giants. So 2 of those, 6 of them, 8 in total, 49p each, so just shy of 4 quid. There is a bundle that has sold in America. I think it was 25, 30 quid, plus like huge US posting, obviously. I'm never quite sure, I don't know if anyone can confirm this, if when you see a US sold and it has buy now price $29.99, postage 32, does that mean that someone outside of the US has bought it and it's showing you the postage that person paid? Or is that a US sold, but it's showing the UK person what the postage would have been if it came to the UK? I've never been quite sure about that, but it's irrelevant, I suppose, but it's just interesting at the same time. So hopefully we should see, it's tough to say, but I'm going to say about 25 quid. I'll probably do these as a bundle, maybe try and get 6 for 20 to 25, and then probably list these individually as they're a bit different. That was quite nice, isn't it? I think that one will sell. But yeah, list these for maybe 10, 15 each. We'll see how we get on. So they were my only pickups from the day. Like I say, it was a real quick whiz into the town. It was mostly for the CEX drop-off, make a bit of space in the garage. I'm doing a boot sale on Sunday, so it's again time to get more and more space in the garage as we move into the boot sale season up and coming. So yeah, I think I'll end the video now. That is my lot for the day. Thanks very much for watching. If you did like it, leave us a like on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more reselling content, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.